Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm back. And I have to say that I feel a little bit better. I took a test online. I know, believe everything online, but I took a test online and it said that I was severely depressed. And even though you can't believe everything, and it tells you, hey, that this is not results of a doctor, they still recommend you to see a professional. I really, really believed it for the simple fact how bad I felt. I mean, at work, I was crying, trying to hold back tears. I start crying because I had a cup of coffee, really, a cup of coffee got me to the point. I went to the store, got out the store, and started crying because I don't know if because I could afford the coffee or I don't know what triggered it, but anything could trigger me to start crying, start bawling. And I just figured that, you know what, I've actually hit rock bottom. And I went to talk to my aunt who I love, and she kind of started put me in the direction to figure out what was wrong. And she was like, "Well, what triggered this? Blah 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 blah." And she was right about what triggered it, but I was wrong about when it started. I'm sorry. I have to say that I was probably started being depressed about 3 years ago, and it just culminated from there. And I would have waves of times where I thought I worked myself out of the depression just to find out that I would just get back in it. And I probably were just going through highs and lows. And I remember there was a time when I told my mom that I felt like I was bipolar because at times I would just feel so creative and so great and just have a wonderful feeling on the inside. And then I would just. Ugh. Oh, I'm sorry. That is nasty. Then I would go through a time where I just felt low is low and not want to leave my room and not want to do anything and not want to be creative, not want to be productive. And it was just weird, and that affected a lot of my relationships. So I don't know nothing about being depressed. I know people have to struggle way worse than I do. I mean, I never actually thought of committing suicide, but I have I guess I had thought of I wonder what would happen if I just driving on the road and just turned my car to 190 degrees to the left. Like, would my car flip? Would I die? Just thoughts like that. Like, what would happen if I just drove my car off the bridge? Would I live or would I die? Or those were the thoughts that I have. I never actually committed to say this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slit my wrist, but at the same time, it had to that idea was not far if I'm visualizing me in the car hurting myself in the car because I'm like, well, it wouldn't be something that would be actual. People could say it was malfunction until proven wrong and just weird. Well, actually not weird, just if you're severely depressed, normal. And I didn't realize that at that time. And I thank my aunt and I thank my friend Martin. They Martin is giving me things or telling me, be active, do something. Don't just say it, force yourself. So I really didn't want to make a video. But I forced myself to make a video. I will try to make videos every day. I don't know if anyone's going to look at them or whatever. I'll make different videos, but right now my topic is depression, and just if you're going through depression, talk about it to someone, anyone. Mental health issues are a family, is genetic. So, I mean, talk to anyone in your family. Somebody else in your family is probably going through the exact same thing. Depression is a mental health issue. It is genetic. So, I mean, I sat down and had a talk with my daughter explaining, it can be just a range of emotions. But if you ever feel that way, I'm here. I mean, the bigger support group you can get, the better. And I know no matter, you'll feel bad. You will. I mean, and you're not going to want to talk to anybody. You're going to think you're bothering people with your problems. But the only way people know how to help you is to talk to someone. And I know that when you feel like you're talking to someone, it feels like you're complaining, it feels like you're whining, but you're not. And the more you talk, yeah, the more you may cry, or the more you may get upset, or the more you may get frustrated because they're not understanding you. But eventually, one day, whoever you're talking to will be in that same position. And you'll be able to assist them out of that situation because you can say, "Hey, I've been there. I'm there with you right now, or I've been there where you're at, or let me give you a helping hand. Let me give you some suggestions." So just talk to anyone that will listen. Also, I'm not really a person that takes pills. So I don't like any mood inhibitors or blockers or anything that's going to be highs, lows, anything that's going to have a long lasting effect on my body besides a pill. I am definitely not into. So I'm going to try to do this as much as I can medication free. I think that, I mean, because what's the difference between taking crack and taking a prescription drug? Nothing except for where you got it from. I mean, you got one from a doctor, which is reputable, and you got one from a street pharmacist, so it's non reputable. But you're doing the same thing, you're medicating your problems. So for me, I'm going to do this medication free. I think that now that I am talking about what made me depressed and I am talking about my issues, maybe I know it won't be easy, but with support and with the support of everyone else, maybe it will be easy. Maybe with the support of y'all, it'll be easy. And I know my hair is like a flyby in the middle of the night kind of thing right now, but it will hopefully by the next video look a little bit better or put up in a different way. But every day is a struggle. Every day I wake up not knowing how I want to feel, but that's okay because now I know why I feel the way I do. Now I know that this isn't something that happened overnight. This is something that has been long lasting and with me. So, and if anyone else is out there trying to figure out how did they get to that point, just think of what was the first thing that happened that made you start to withdraw. What happened? What happened to make you feel the first twinge of, you know, what was the first thing that made you feel undervalued and that you just couldn't shake it off? Something that just stayed in your mind. Are you doubting things that you normally wouldn't doubt? Are you doubting yourself and you normally wouldn't doubt yourself? And when you doubt yourself, how is that making you feel? I mean, life is shitty and a lot of shitty things happen in life, but some people can just handle it better. Some people can just let that water roll off your back. And I would, being the depth of my position, my depression, I don't stick up for myself. I mean, I'm not the same person. I'm not rambunctious. Someone talk to me all kind of crazy and I'll just sit there, get upset and cry. I'm not like that. I'm not that kind of person. I never have, never was. But when you're depressed, you become a different person. You're not the same person. People may or may not notice it. I think I put on a good face for a long time. And eventually, I can't wear that face anymore. It doesn't fit. So that's why I now, in the depth of it, feel so much better now. I mean, I know that this is going to be a hard road. Like um, what is that Miley Cyrus, The Mountain or something like that? That is basically is about the climb. And that's basically what I'm going to go through is just making sure I can climb myself out of this hole and just be awesome and amazing. Because one day I will be awesome and I will be 100% amazing. Matter of fact, right now I'm awesome and I'm amazing. So peace, love, and hair grease. I'm out.